All right, we are going to continue working on our rough cut. Now we have the more upbeat music beginning. We're just gonna zoom in on the timeline here. So we started the host dialogue off by seeing her say, "Welcome to Nelson," talking a little bit about it. The next major feature in Nelson that we're going to show dialogue of is going to be the hiking trails. Hiking is a huge part of this town's culture. People come from near and far to go to this town to hike these beautiful mountain and hiking trails. So we are going to use a few transitional clips leading up to the hiking clips, and then we will get into the host talking about the hiking trails and some of the most popular hiking trails. When I say transitional clips, I mean clips that we currently have as B-roll that don't have a specific part that they need to be a part of. I like to put, for transitional clips to lead up to my next talking point, I'll put wide shots of a town, I'll put shots of a road. They're more neutral shots that take you from one part of an edit, where in this case, one part of the town is being featured and they transition you to the next part. So I'm going to zoom out on my timeline and we will cut clips 14, 15, and 16, Command X, and bring them beside clip 13 here, Command V, push Command left arrow to nudge that over. I'm going to move this clip 7 over to the right more. And now we're going to find the host talking about the hiking trails. That is clip 42 with the dialogue. We'll also take the remaining B-roll clips of hiking, highlight those, push Command X, and we will push Command V to paste those. Clip 42, I am going to drag from the V2 track to the V1 track. I like to keep all of my dialogue clips on the V1 track and all of the B-roll clips on the V2 track to stay organized. I'll move these remaining 2 clips down. Great. I'm going to just move clip 7 way out of the way. We also have a few more clips showing Pulpit Rock, one of the hiking points that's mentioned. Clips 19 and 20, so I will highlight those, push Command X, and with the cursor here, I'll push the up arrow on my keyboard to take me right to clip 18, and let's review what we have so far from clip 13 on.
You're ever gonna try. Let's go explore this beautiful hidden gem.
Where the second beat kicks in this new song we have here, let's move clip 14 over to, so the cut happens on the beat. We'll just play that back. Again, where the beat kicks in, we moved the cursor to and hugged clip 14 up against. Now we'll move clip 15 and 16 over and continue on.
Audio Jungle.
Zoom in, bring 16 over just a little bit so that the cut happens on the beat. And again, you can see in the waveform with most songs where the beat kicks in if you want to just double check to be really accurate. So we've zoomed in. Right here where this point comes up, we will bring clip 16 to. Let's zoom back out, highlight this next chunk of clips here, and we'll bring 42 up to there. Now we need to bring the audio volume down because the dialogue starts, so I'll move that up. Unlock audio track 7 and 8. Drag this down. We'll zoom in. Let's push P. We'll put a point there. So a few seconds before the dialogue starts, and then we'll put another point there a few seconds into the dialogue. So I'll push V on my keyboard to bring this down. We'll bring the volume down to minus 22.92. Let's mute A8 for a second and play that back.
If you're a hiker, then
we will highlight A7 track, push copy, highlight the A8 track and paste attributes. Make sure the audio attributes are all checked in the paste attributes window. They are, so we'll push OK. And we'll unmute that. Let's bring this audio back down and we'll continue on. Let's scrub to about halfway through the dialogue part and listen on.
Trails offer a beautiful view. A favorite amongst locals is Pulpit Rock.
Okay, we'll bring 17 and 18 over so they're hugged up against clip 16. And let's play that back.
If you're a hiker, then you will absolutely love Nelson. Nelson has trails for beginners all the way up to trails that take 2 days to hike.
I'm going to trim clip 18 a little bit more so that it ends with this pause here. So let's just play that back.
Days to hike, but I promise you those trails offer a beautiful view.
Yeah, that works. I like seeing the host at this point where the talking starts.
But I promise you those trails offer a beautiful view.
And we'll bring 19 and 20 over as she's saying a favorite amongst locals is Pulpit Rock. We'll actually bring that over more. Again, you can see there's a space here, so I'm going to have clip 19 go a little bit over her speaking at this point. Let's watch that through.
Beautiful view. A favorite amongst locals is Pulpit Rock. It's about a half-hour to 45-minute hike just across the Orange Bridge, and the views are absolutely stunning.
I'm going to take out the part where the host mentions the Orange Bridge in this dialogue because she mentions it a few times throughout this video and it's a little tedious. So
just across
this part here, I will push C and cut
just across the Orange Bridge, and the views
just across the Orange Bridge out. So I'll push V on the keyboard, highlight clip 42 in those audio tracks, and push delete. Now I'll highlight the rest of this clip and bring it over. Let's have a listen back.
About a half-hour to 45-minute hike, and the views.
Okay, that dialogue's a little too close together, so I'll push Command and the right arrow to nudge it over 3 frames, drag that out. Okay, I'm going to turn the eyeball off for a second on the V2 track over here. So now it's off and you can see clip 42 underneath.
Absolutely stunning.
As you can see, the host, it's a little awkward on that last line because she's starting to walk away as she's still speaking. It just looks awkward. So we're fortunate that we have some of this beautiful B-roll. I'll turn the eyeball back on V2 to cover that up. This is also a B-roll clip of the viewpoint that would be seen if you were up at the top of Pulpit Rock, so it works out perfectly having this as a B-roll clip. This clip is a little slow compared to the pace of the music, so I'm going to highlight it, go into speed duration, and let's speed it up 50%. So the speed's currently 100%. Let's type in 150 and push OK and watch that back.
Hike, and the views are absolutely stunning.
Okay, and I've stopped the cursor on the next beat in the music, so I'll just drag that B-roll clip out more, zoom out, and we will continue on with a few more transition shots leading us into the next talking point, which talks about Gyro Park. The reason we're putting the dialogue that talks about Gyro Park next is because it flows nicely after talking about the hiking points. The Gyro Park dialogue mentions if you can't make it up to Pulpit Rock, then you can come to Gyro Park to catch some great views. Because we just had Pulpit Rock mentioned in the dialogue before, talking about another hiking point fits in nicely. So this is the Gyro Park clip with all the B-roll. For Gyro Park, I'll highlight all of that, push Command X, bring my cursor back over to the edit. We'll highlight V1 and push Command V. Just move that over. Clips 21, 22, and 23, we are going to use as our next transitional shots. We'll highlight those and move them up beside 20. And we'll move 36 with the audio. We'll move 24 over as well. So 21, 22, 23, and 24 are clips that were filmed within Gyro Park. So there's clip 23 is a wide shot showing the bridge that we just saw in 21 and 22. And then clip 24 is a clip of the host looking out at the viewpoint in Gyro Park. So that will work nicely with the talking point starting around here. We'll move that over to where the beat and the music kicks in.
If you don't have time to hike up to Pulpit Rock to get a beautiful view of Nelson, BC, then your best bet is to come to Gyro Park. This place is very easy to access by road. There's a parking lot, and it's a 2-minute walk into this beautiful viewpoint.
Where the host mentions beautiful viewpoint, we'll bring 25 and 26 over.
There are also lots of trails and bridges, as well as beautiful benches to take a seat, enjoy the scenery, read a book, and really experience Nelson, BC.
So I like how that plays out. We will drag the audio up. So what we haven't done yet is bring the audio volume up when the dialogue piece stops in between these two dialogue tracks. So again, we'll drag down 7, push the plus key, and where this first dialogue bit ends, let's push the pen tool. We will put a point pretty close to where the dialogue ends. There's still a few words being spoken, and then we'll bring it another point there shortly after it finishes. Let's zoom out. Okay, so we're going to put pen point there, pen point there, pen point there, and there. And we'll zoom in on our timeline. Okay, I'm going to push the V command so that I can move these pen points over. I'm going to just drag it over in the timeline a little bit more and drag this pen point over a little bit more. We've got it at minus 2292, and we've got the pen point underneath the last word. The second point we'll bring back up to 0 decibels. Let's play that back. We'll mute A8. We'll actually move this point to where the beat kicks in. Great. Okay, so we've zoomed in. We're going to mute A8, drag A7 down, get our pen tool, make a point just below the end of the audio there, and we'll make 2 more points close to the beginning of the audio there. I'm going to push V on my keyboard for the select tool, and I'll drag this second point here up to 0 decibels. If you have any trouble getting it exactly 0 decibels, you can hold down Option key while you're dragging, and it makes it stick better. So we've got that good, and we will go over here, drag this point up as well to 0 decibels. Now let's play that out.
Absolutely stunning.
We'll actually bring this second point over to the beat that kicks in there. Point over to this.
If you don't have...
Okay, we're going to move this point to where the beat kicks in and have it at minus 18.99 because the volume of the song here lowers a little bit naturally. Okay, that's good for now. We'll drag A7 back up, highlight it, push copy, highlight A8 and push paste attributes, push OK, take mute off, drag the audio clips down. Okay, let's cut the second music track there and bring down the track 6821156 _ warm - summer evening. We'll bring that down. We're going to unlock audio tracks 5 and 6 and bring this third song onto tracks 5 and 6. We'll move it a little bit under the last dialogue part. Move the audio up. Push Command-Shift-D at the end of that. Let's move it over to just a few seconds under the dialogue finishing. We'll go to the end of the acoustic uplifting song, push Command-Shift-D, and that didn't work because we have to actually highlight A7 and A8. Now we can push Command-Shift-D again, and it worked. Let's drag that clip to the end of the dialogue so it lines up. We'll bring the fades on the acoustic uplifting song out more. We'll drag the warm summer fades out more. Push P. Let's put a mark there in the dialogue where you can see the waveform get really big. We'll put another point at the end of the dialogue. We're going to do the same thing for A6. Push V.
Book and really experience an LCBC.
Okay, where the guitar hits in the music, that's where we'll actually end clip 26. Let's zoom out on the timeline to look at that. Okay, so there we go. We'll continue on with the remaining part of the edit in the next lesson, and once we have pieced it all together, we are going to go in, fine-tune it, move things around, and adjust them so everything looks perfect. And then we're going to start color correcting and adding some other cool effects onto these clips to make the video great. We'll see you in the next lesson.